Sri Lanka, a pristine island nation isolated in the vast ocean, holds within it mysterious beauties and stories passed down through the flow of time. Deep within its lush forests lie ancient secrets that are directly tied to visitors from distant outer space. Here, there exists a place believed to be a gateway connecting humans to extraterrestrial beings, offering a chance for direct encounters with aliens. These mysteries have challenged and sparked the curiosity of researchers for centuries. Not only do they raise profound questions, but they also fuel an insatiable desire to explore the unknown for those drawn to the enigmatic. Welcome to this video about Sakwala Chakraya, the mystery of the gateway to the universe in Sri Lanka. Every journey into the ancient and primal mysteries of the universe must begin with the oldest pages of history. The exploration of Sakwala Chakraya is no exception. If you're curious whether Sakwala Chakraya is truly a cosmic gateway, the first thing we need to examine is the land where it was discovered, the city of Anuradhapura. Anuradhapura, one of Sri Lanka's ancient cities, is where these mysterious tales have unfolded. Anuradhapura, one of the most important landmarks in the flow of human history, is not only renowned as the capital of an ancient empire, but also known as the Land of Kings. According to historical records, Anuradhapura was the first kingdom established on the island of Sri Lanka in 377 BCE. It was not only the capital of an ancient empire, but also the long-standing cultural center of Buddhism in Sri Lanka. With its profound spiritual significance, Anuradhapura has long been a popular destination for tourists. However, beyond its spiritual importance, the city also holds sacred mysteries that continue to draw the attention of researchers and explorers. One of the most famous sites in the city is Ravana, also known as the Golden Fish Park. Once an ancient park spanning over 40 acres, the most valuable and intriguing aspect of the ruins is not the towering statues of Buddha, but rather a strange carved artifact hidden among the time-worn remnants. Recently, as humanity seeks to uncover the ancient mysteries of the universe, this mysterious artifact from Sri Lanka has become the focal point of attention. This object is known as Sakwala Chakraya. It has undeniably become an enticing destination where ancient secrets await discovery. Anuradhapura, once a place for religious practice, has now become a potential hub for exploring the deep mysteries of the original universe, a concept that remains unclear and full of enigmas. The purpose behind the creation of the Sakwala Chakraya carving has puzzled researchers for over a century. However, new evidence is gradually emerging, suggesting that these mysteries may be far more bizarre and alarming than we ever imagined. Sakwala Chakraya, as referred to by the locals, also means the cosmic cycle of escape. At first glance, Sakwala Chakraya might seem unremarkable, just another ancient carving, similar to those found in various parts of the world. But upon closer inspection, we realize there are many peculiar features that make Sakwala Chakraya stand out. This carved work is circular with a diameter of about 2 meters, and it is composed of 7 concentric circles. A series of diagonal lines and other unusual circles also appear within the design of Sakwala Chakraya. The outermost circle surrounds the carving, creating a design full of hidden meanings that continue to challenge the efforts of researchers in unraveling its mysteries. This artifact is filled with images of marine creatures, undoubtedly a complex and striking work. However, what truly makes Sakwala Chakraya unique and mysterious is that, to this day, archaeologists and historians have no idea what it is or where it came from. This raises questions about its origins and true purpose. When examining Sakwala Chakraya, it doesn't resemble any ancient carvings found in Sri Lanka. Further research reveals that, despite being situated among numerous ancient Buddhist temples and statues, its symbolism does not align with the surrounding space. Even more intriguing is the fact that any reference to Sakwala Chakraya is rather vague. It seems that not many people have taken interest in this small structure, or perhaps someone is deliberately concealing information about it. Over the past 1,000 years, numerous documents have been discovered, offering vivid accounts of the region's civilization development, detailing how the people built temples, gardens, agricultural systems, and their religious practices. However, none of these documents mention the existence of Sakwala Chakraya, adding to the complexity of its mystery. Amidst the vast amount of information, we find no references to Sakwala Chakraya. It is nothing more than an ordinary rock, hidden among the great wonders of the island nation of Sri Lanka. The purpose of its construction and the manner in which Sakwala Chakraya appeared remain a great mystery. Who created this place? If it was indeed built before the Anuradhapura Empire, what is its exact timeline? Some scientists believe that Sakwala Chakraya is 6,500 years old, or perhaps even older. With such an age, it has become one of the oldest carved artifacts in the world. This means that this piece may have existed even before the Egyptian pyramids or Stonehenge in England. The layers of time silently cloak the mysteries of the ancient universe, making human intellect, no matter how advanced, incapable of reaching them. As time passes, the mysteries surrounding Sakwala Chakraya only grow more elusive. Over the years, numerous explanations have emerged, but the more they are explained, the harder they become to believe. If we wish to find concrete evidence, thus, the exploration of Sakwala Chakraya is akin to searching for a needle in a haystack. Western science first took notice of Sakwala Chakraya thanks to this man, Harry Charles Purvis Bell, a British archaeologist who held the position of Director of Archaeological Surveys in Sri Lanka at the end of the 19th and early 20th centuries. In 1911, Bell provided a detailed description of Sakwala Chakraya in a report submitted to the governor of Ceylon, Sri Lanka at the time. In the report, Bell concluded that this ancient world map could be the oldest existing map, attracting particular attention. Its presence was seen by Bell as evidence of the ancient understanding of astronomy, knowledge that continues to be preserved by some Buddhist monasteries in Sri Lanka. Although the diagram does not resemble modern maps, Bell wrote that the ancient cosmological chart illustrates Buddhist concepts of the universe with the simplest minimalism, based on his understanding of Buddhism on the island. He explained that the circles, symbols, and marine creatures on the diagram represented the Earth. The sea, space, and the universe, the mysteries of stargates, have unexpectedly captured the attention of social media in recent years. New hypotheses have emerged, and some sharp-eyed travelers have noted the similarities between the diagram at Anuradhapura and similar sites in other countries, places believed by some to be stargates, gateways that have allowed humans to enter the universe for centuries. This hypothesis suggests that this diagram may hold a secret code to unlock that gate. Proponents of this theory point out that the Anuradhapura Stargate has shapes and symbols strikingly similar to those found at Abu Ghazal, Egypt, and La Piedad de Jayaca, Peru. Abu Ghazal is a sacred land in ancient Egyptian culture. The Abu Ghazal archaeological site is believed to be the land of the Egyptian gods, home to the oldest ancient structures. On this sacred ground, humans could connect with the gods, receiving vital guidance from them. La Peta de Hayaka in Peru, on the other hand, is a gate of the gods, a gateway into the universe in Incan culture. Both of these locations are thought to be portals to realms beyond human imagination, where the universe becomes accessible through sacred gates. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and show some love. Subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for more exciting videos. It is believed that the most striking similarity between these structures, when compared, is their proximity to water. The Chitsava Lake near Sacha, built around 300 BCE, is evidence of what we have just discussed. In fact, both Abu Ghazal and La Peta de Hayaka were also constructed near large bodies of water. According to the Stargate theory, these structures may have allowed supernatural forces to travel across various lands and extract gold from the Earth's waters. This is also one of the reasons why mysterious civilizations like the Incas, Egypt, and Sri Lanka experienced unprecedented periods of prosperity in human history. Many people support this theory. They believe that gold extraction required a relatively complex structure, including water channels, large reservoirs, and filters. With the knowledge of ancient people, building such structures without any modern tools or support would have been an immense challenge. However, what Bell did not know at the time was that Sakwala Chakraya does not resemble any Buddhist sculptures at all. This may, in fact, prove that Bell's speculation about Sakwala Chakraya's connection to Buddhism was not entirely accurate. However, its connection to astronomy and the universe is something that cannot easily be denied. Near the site where Sakwala Chakraya was discovered, modern researchers have also found a mysterious mountain named Danigala. Located deep within the lush forests of Sri Lanka, Danigala has a unique circular shape, with a completely flat summit. From above, it might resemble a modern-day aircraft landing pad. There seems to be no coincidence here. In fact, it is believed that extraterrestrials have turned Danigala into a landing site for their UFO spacecraft. Local residents also claim that Danigala is the site of many meteor showers and lightning strikes. They believe that extraterrestrial beings passed through the Sakwala Chakraya Stargate, landed at Danigala, and then imparted advanced knowledge to humanity. For King Ravana of the ancient kingdom in legend, this is not at all unreasonable. Numerous historical records mention flying objects known as Vimana, which clearly resemble modern-day aircraft. And in order to achieve this, King Ravana would have needed profound knowledge from advanced and intelligent civilizations. If he wished to meet such civilizations, the king would inevitably have to use a Stargate. Could this be the very purpose behind the creation of Sakwala Chakraya? Although, in reality, science has not provided any concrete explanations for Sakwala Chakraya, perhaps local legends can shed light on this. In the ancient stories of the Sri Lankan civilization, Sakwala Chakraya is believed to be a stargate that leads to various places in the universe. According to Sri Lankan mythology, this stargate was used by the gods to travel to Earth in distant times of the past. Even today, many people still believe in this unique hypothesis. Some claim that if you sit in one of the 4 positions facing Sakwala Chakraya, if you practice meditation long enough, you might be able to embark on a cosmic journey through the Stargate. In fact, Buddhist monks from esoteric traditions still visit this location at night to meditate, hoping to decipher the Stargate. However, for most people, this idea may seem rather absurd, even though NASA has been investigating Stargates in recent years. Praveen Mohan, a famous YouTuber, visited this site himself in 2019. Local residents told him that Sakwala Chakraya emits strange energy at certain times of the day, which is why it is advised not to stand or sit too long around the gate. One local even tried to prove this to Praveen Mohan by using a sacred talisman tied to a string. Do you see that? The talisman began moving in a circular motion. While this is easy to fake, Praveen Mohan used an EMF detector to track even the slightest changes in energy. And something truly bizarre happened. The needle on the EMF detector moved rapidly when it got close to Sakwala Chakraya. Sakwala Chakraya, perhaps the data from modern machinery, is something we can trust. This means that there is indeed a high-energy source emanating from this carving. However, this energy seems not to be consistent, as the local man had said. Just a few minutes later, when Praveen Mohan used the EMF device and performed similar actions, no signs of energy were found. All of this remains puzzling. But beyond the Stargate theory, another theory has emerged. This theory suggests that Sakwala Chakraya is the design of some special structure. It resembles a map for a water management project or a unique construction project. In front of the carving, there are 4 indentations, like 4 seats carved into the stone. This has led many to believe that Sakwala Chakraya was a place for discussions, or perhaps the office of ancient architects. As one researcher has said, as this explanation gained popularity, a host of questions have arisen. If Sakwala Chakraya is truly a design. So, which structure does Sakwala Chakraya belong to? At first glance, the symbols on Sakwala Chakraya appear to be rather chaotic carvings, lacking consistency. However, the feeling you get when looking at Sakwala Chakraya is probably no different from the feeling you get when looking at a messy electrical circuit diagram. Many people believe that the symbols on Sakwala Chakraya resemble the puzzling symbols used in modern electrical diagrams. Could it be that Sakwala Chakraya is an electrical map of some structure? Firstly, the concentric circles seem like electromagnetic waves radiating outward. The symbols, which initially appear like squares, are remarkably similar to parabolic satellite dishes, aren't they? Or perhaps these strange wave symbols are comparable to the symbols of modern induction coils. 2 sets of symmetrical symbols on either side of the carving seem to represent closed and open circuits. The diagonal circles densely appear throughout the carving, and from above, they resemble the screws that modern-day people use. Overall, the entire carving resembles a circuit board. The symbols on Sakwala Chakraya truly resemble the electronic devices we use every day. If one were to say that these are merely random coincidences, it would be quite unreasonable. So what would happen if Sakwala Chakraya were actually a device that generates electricity? Could it be that the ancient people had knowledge so profound that modern humans only took centuries to uncover? Perhaps the hypothesis that they received help, or that this knowledge came from another planet, might seem a little more believable. It's not without reason that the theory of Sakwala Chakraya being a stargate connecting to extraterrestrial visitors has gained such widespread belief. The legends that have existed throughout the formation and development of civilizations in Sri Lanka often mention strange events, with the most prominent being the connection to mysterious forces from beyond the planet we inhabit. Anuradhapura, the capital of the kingdom of Ravana, also known as the Land of Kings, was the first kingdom established on the island around 377 BCE and remains a sacred city, Anuradhapura, the holiest city in Sri Lanka. Has a grand history and a rich migration past, with an enormous collection of architectural and archaeological structures spanning over 50 hectares. Among these, the 3 tallest stupas in Anuradhapura stand out, positioned almost exactly in alignment with 3 stars in the Orion constellation. If we draw straight lines connecting these 3 stupas, we form a perfect triangle. This accuracy, of course, is not entirely coincidental, as ancient Sri Lanka still harbors many mysteries that modern humans have yet to fully uncover. In conducting new research on Sri Lanka, scientists have realized that the astronomical knowledge of ancient Sri Lankans may have been far beyond what we can imagine. The ancient Ramu Uyana Park, also known as the Golden Fish Park, is where the Stargate appears. Researchers came here to measure and map the structure of the site. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and show some love. Subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for more exciting videos. Using software to analyze the data they collected at the park, they discovered that the park spans over 40 acres, an impressive figure. The astronomical system of ancient Sri Lanka is truly astonishing in its completeness. The stone structures in Ramu Uyana could be used to measure the position of the sun, stars, observe the cycles of constellations, or even count the solar years. The level of detail is so unbelievable that it has led scientists to question how the ancient builders could have achieved such accuracy. What advanced tools did they use? In fact, Anuradhapura not only houses Sakwala Chakraya, but also contains many more wonders than we think. Across the arid regions of the northern part of the country, the people of Sri Lanka built a massive reservoir system to serve the needs of the people. It is a vast system of canals and drainage channels that required significant funding and advanced engineering to construct. Furthermore, modern-style water control valves have also been discovered. This hydraulic system allowed the ancient people to store and use water for agriculture and daily life. Ramu Uyana is home to one of the oldest reservoirs on the island. This reservoir uses a complex hydraulic system to pump water from nearby rivers to fill it. Could this be the reservoir used for gold extraction, as believed by the gods or extraterrestrials? The hydraulic system used by the ancient people of Sri Lanka may have been developed to the point where even modern advanced technology is now trying to replicate it. Sri Lanka is currently suffering from severe climate change impacts. The country has become one of the first 15 nations to receive aid from the United Nations Green Climate Fund. Modern researchers in Sri Lanka have been trying to study the hydraulic systems used in Ramu Uyana to solve food security issues before the weather becomes even more extreme. Understandably, the hydraulic systems in Ramu Uyana or Anuradhapura are still not outdated, even after thousands of years. Perhaps these are not the knowledge of the ancient people, but in fact, advanced technologies from extraterrestrials? If we look deeper into ancient history, many believe that the ancient people of the Anuradhapura Empire could indeed have had knowledge of astronomy and hydraulics. However, the question here is, how did Anuradhapura manage to surpass its neighboring countries and maintain prosperity for centuries? Archaeological studies have shown that in this region, before the Anuradhapura Empire arose and flourished, a prosperous settlement existed centuries earlier. This was a civilization focused on agricultural development, and they even had their own writing system. Could it be that this civilization laid the foundation for the rise and development of the Anuradhapura Empire? So who were they, and where did they go? Why are the records of this advanced civilization so vague? The local legends of India might have the answers to these questions. The document we are referring to is the Indian epic Ramayana, which was written over a millennium, from the 3rd to the 8th century BCE. These are the stories, the mystery of ancient India in the Ramayana. Anuradhapura was a city under the rule of the tyrannical and cruel King Ravana. In the story, Ravana kidnapped the wife of Rama using a mysterious machine called Vimana and held her hostage in Sri Lanka. However, In contrast to the Ramayana epic, Ravana in the legends of the Anuradhapura region is depicted as an extraordinary king. Ravana was not only a leader of the country but also a great scientist of Sri Lanka. He wrote many books on medicine and astrology. According to many legends, the machine, resembling a bright cloud in the sky named Vimana, was also one of Ravana's inventions. With his vast knowledge, Ravana created an era of prosperity never before seen in Sri Lankan history. For the people of Sri Lanka, Ravana is not just a character from mythology. The people of this nation believe that he was a real historical figure, living thousands of years ago. But if all the things mentioned in the legend or epic are true, then why an ancient person possessing knowledge related to modern-day aircraft or astrology? Perhaps the answer lies in the city of Anuradhapura, or more specifically, in the Stargate we are exploring. Maybe the Stargate is truly a cosmic portal, and Ravana was not just an ancient man. This seems hard to believe, but the mystical hypotheses about advanced extraterrestrial forces have increasingly captivated researchers, especially because of the structures around the Stargate and the city of Anuradhapura. About 45 miles from this city lies an incredible architectural wonder known as Sigiriya. This ancient structure is truly an aerial fortress, as it is built atop a 200-meter-high rock column. It is considered the residence of King Ravana in the ancient Indian legend. Not only is it honored as a World Heritage Site, but Sigiriya, the architectural jewel of humanity, has also consistently ranked at the top of many lists of the world's 8 wonders for years. Majestic and enduring, Sigiriya stands tall, defying the changes of time, as a testament to a mysterious civilization. Sigiriya has now become an incredibly valuable archaeological site. What astonishes us even more is that Sigiriya is nothing less than an ancient fortress, complete with a palace living area and scenic gardens. While archaeologists cannot be certain about the exact time when humans first inhabited this site, many researchers agree that Sigiriya was used around 1,500 years ago, or even longer. However, even with a timeline of 1,500 years ago, building a monumental structure like Sigiriya seems almost unimaginable, as the workers had to move over 3 million bricks without any advanced equipment to assist them. This made the construction process incredibly difficult. How did they manage this, especially when stairways to reach the heights were only first constructed in the 1800s? But what does this fortress have to do with the Sakwala Chakraya Stargate? A senior lecturer in landscape design at the University of Marathwada, Sri Lanka, has proposed a fresh yet plausible theory about the connection between these two structures. This individual suggests that there is a theory that Sakwala Chakraya is the project map for a complex, similar to the giant stupas built during that time. It is highly likely that it is the blueprint for the Sigiriya fortress. Although modern humans now possess incredibly advanced equipment, the Sigiriya fortress still stands tall before the flow of time, and all evidence about this structure remains vague. The historical records about it seem almost non-existent. In 1907, researchers finally made groundbreaking discoveries about this structure. According to their findings, when exploring the caves beneath the fortress, they uncovered a mysterious cave. The deeper they ventured inside, the more they encountered giant murals, seemingly forgotten by time, coming to life before their eyes. These murals depict figures descending from the sky, carrying numerous offerings on ships. Many people speculate that these figures represent gods who helped King Ravana develop his kingdom. But are the figures in these murals truly gods? Are the figures in the murals truly gods? When piecing together seemingly unrelated fragments, we may come to an astonishing conclusion. The idea that the Stargate exists too far from the god's dwelling seems inaccurate. So the theory that Sakwala Chakraya is not a Stargate, but actually the blueprint for a miraculous portal, is gaining more support. Based on the Sakwala Chakraya blueprint, Ravana supposedly constructed an actual Stargate within the Sigiriya palace to communicate with mysterious beings from another planet. Thanks to this, Sigiriya boasts a superior reservoir system, which never overflows in the rainy season nor runs dry in the dry season. Or perhaps Ravana was able to create a device similar to a modern-day aircraft. It seems that all the advanced developments of the mysterious civilizations in Sri Lanka are connected to Sakwala Chakraya, but humanity's understanding of this structure remains too vague. In the modern world, scientists continue to offer logical explanations for ancient structures like Sakwala Chakraya. But the more they study, the more these mysteries remain incomprehensible. They always try to avoid connections with mythology, the universe, or ancient extraterrestrials. And naturally, these explanations are neither complete nor satisfactory. Modern science and theories continue to struggle, trying to understand how primitive people were able to build such monuments. Once we grasp the method of constructing stargates or mysterious fortresses like Sigiriya, human history could change forever. Activating a stargate is inconceivable and too dangerous to attempt. Researchers have even warned that if you try to get too close to a stargate, you could be swallowed by the vast galaxy without even realizing it. This is likely why Sakwala Chakraya has been forgotten for many millennia. In historical records of the region, it is likely that the creators of the Stargate intended for the mysteries of Sakwala Chakraya to be hidden as thoroughly as possible. Is Sakwala Chakraya really a Stargate that allows humans to meet with mysterious extraterrestrials? Or is it a blueprint for structures like Sigiriya? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. See you in the next exploration videos on the channel. For now, goodbye and have a wonderful day.